Do you want to start a freezer stash but are overwhelmed by how to start? You're not alone. I see so many moms stressing over building a milk stash in the freezer. Thank you, social media, for that. And worrying if they're pumping enough, when to start, and how to store everything without wasting milk. But here's the thing, you don't need to overcomplicate it. Many moms don't even need a stash, and if you do, it's usually less than what you think. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some stress-free, realistic tips to help you build a stash without tanking your supply, over pumping and creating an oversupply, or feeling just totally overwhelmed. But before we get started, I want to help you feel even more confident in your milk supply. So I created my free Confident Milk Makers Challenge. It's designed to help you understand your supply and make meaningful changes. This is great for anyone in any stage of breastfeeding, and you can sign up below. So first, let's talk about when to start collecting extra milk and to avoid an oversupply early on. One of the biggest issues I see is starting too early and creating an oversupply, which is not as glamorous as it sounds. If you decide you need a milk stash, here's some timing that I would recommend. During the first 4 to 6 weeks, focus on establishing your supply for your baby. Your body is still figuring out how much milk your baby needs, so pumping too much can confuse things and cause an oversupply, clogged ducts, and even mastitis. The best time, in my opinion, to start a stash is around 4 to 6 weeks postpartum when your supply has regulated. The bottom line is there's no rush for most people. You don't need a freezer full on day one, and you don't need to feed the entire neighborhood. A little bit over time adds up. Next, let's talk about the best times to pump to build a stash. When it comes down to it, small, consistent sessions typically work best. So instead of pumping huge amounts every day after every single nursing session or feeling like you have to pump all day long, which is absolutely exhausting, I recommend small, consistent sessions. Some of the easiest ways to build a stash is to pump after your first morning feed. Your supply is naturally highest in the morning, and I will say do it like 15-20 minutes after baby's done nursing. You can use a milk collector like the Haka. This is the LV Catch. I personally like the Boone Trove. These things you do need to be careful with because they do cause suction, which can cause stimulation and more milk to be produced. I also don't recommend putting these on until you have nursed already on that side, just in case it makes a slow flower for your baby. However, this can be effortless milk storage, and a lot of moms find that they get a lot of extra milk this way. If you don't want to cause extra stimulation though, something like the Milkies can catch your milk instead. You can also consider adding 1 extra pump session in per day, a simple 5 to 10 minute session when it's convenient to you to slowly build your stash without overwhelming your body. I find that some moms like to do this at night while they're watching TV, maybe when their baby is having a longer stretch of sleep, and just to get an ounce or 2 extra. I do find sometimes that those wearable pumps can be helpful too, just to throw on once a day so you don't even have to worry about it. A few things I recommend you don't do is pumping after every single feed unless this has been specifically recommended by your lactation consultant, stressing over getting huge amounts of milk in one session. Honestly, 1 to 3 ounces would be totally normal. The bottom line is slow and steady wins the race. Small, consistent pumping sessions will build your stash without causing supply issues. And before I forget, if you haven't grabbed my Milk Supply Magic Guide, head to the description for the video and grab your copy. It's just $9 and it is filled with tips to increase your supply that actually work. Now let's talk a little bit about storage and organization tips. This is so important. Once you start collecting milk, how you store it matters. First, you want to make sure you label every bag or whatever you're storing it in with the date, the ounces, the time pumped. You do want to make sure that milk isn't going bad, and I love an app called Hoopsie. I will drop the link below, but it takes all the guesswork out, and you can just press a button and it's going to tell you everything that you need to know about when that milk is going to expire and when to use it. I recommend freezing milk flat. There's some different containers out there that people have that make storage easy, but if you're laying it flat, that's going to make stacking easier and give a safe space. Then you want to follow the FIFO rule. Always use the oldest milk first to avoid waste and to be able to cycle out your milk. Some people like to alternate with new fresh milk and older milk. I'll post some links to my favorite milk storage options in the video description below. Some common mistakes are overfilling storage bags. They can expand in the freezer, ending up with leaking, which is not fun. The general recommendation is that fresh milk should be used within 4 days of being in the fridge, or you need to freeze it before then. This next one is big. Not testing the milk to make sure your baby will take it. Some moms have milk that contain high lipase, and while this is totally harmless, some babies will reject it, and that is devastating when it happens. is typically a soapy or metallically smell and taste. So make sure your baby will take the milk before you store gallons of it. Sometimes when you overfill bags as well, that can make it hard to defrost the amounts that you need. If you're going back to work, you may use bigger bags, but if you just need a small amount, there's great containers that will freeze in smaller amounts like 1 ounce, or you can just fill the bags less full. At the end of the day, you just have to find what works for you. A well-organized freezer is going to result in less stress for you when you actually need that milk. Next, let's talk about balancing feeding and pumping to make sure your baby gets enough milk. One big fear that moms have is that if I'm pumping, will my baby still get enough? And this is something that you should be aware of, and I always say feed the baby, not the freezer. Here's a couple tips for balancing nursing and pumping. Always feed your baby first. Always nurse before pumping to ensure your baby gets enough milk, and feed them the milk that you're pumping if you are exclusively pumping or combo feeding. If you're adding in an extra session, do it right after the feed within 15 to 20 minutes so your body gets the message to produce more milk and the flow is fast enough for them before they need to feed again. Alternate sides, especially if you're using a Haka, switch sides so both breasts get stimulation. I would avoid pumping before nursing. We want to make sure your baby gets the milk first. Unless, of course, you're exclusively pumping, then that's going to be different. You want to try to not stress about not pumping enough. Baby is often much better at the breast than a pump, though not always. The bottom line is your baby's needs come first, and then you build a stash around that. Finally, let's talk about how much stash you really need. Honestly, there is a big misconception that you need a freezer full of milk. Here are some realistic amounts to keep in mind. If you're returning to work, aim for 1 to 1.5 ounces per hour you're away, not a full freezer. For most moms, aim for around 3 to 4 ounces before you go back. If you start a month before, that's just 1 extra ounce a day. For occasional use, just having some milk in the freezer as an emergency, a stash of 20 to 30 ounces is plenty. A lot of people get away with much less. If you have backup milk though, even a few extra bags can be a lifesaver. What's not necessary though is having hundreds of ounces, especially if you're mostly nursing. There are very few moms I know that actually use hundreds of extra ounces of milk at any point that they have stashed. I also would encourage you not to obsess over your stash size or compare it to what you on social media. That is often not reality. Most people don't have a lot of extra milk. You don't need an entire deep freezer of milk. A stash is just a backup. It doesn't have to be your entire supply. I know there are some moms who have been so grateful for their stash, but many of them have told me that they have ended up giving it away or throwing it out. But please don't throw it out if it's not bad. You can save it for baths, make it into lotion, donate it, or even into jewelry. Lots of milk banks are always posting for donations, and I'll post some links below. That's the gist of it. It's not that difficult to get a little bit of extra milk in the freezer. I hope that this has given you some tips to build a small freezer stash. I would love to hear below what your thoughts are on freezer stashes and how much your goal is. I know navigating milk supply can be stressful, especially with the internet. I created the Milk Supply Blueprint, a no-fuss PDF guide that helps you to establish, maintain, and recover your supply as needed. I promise this is a must-have for any breastfeeding mom. You can grab it below. There's no complicated login, just an easy-to-read guide sent straight to your email. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.